Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got a little bit of an interesting video for you, and this one actually is pretty shocking. Now, I don't know of this person, Business Secretary Camille Badenoch. I believe she's from the UK. But what she has said has lit people like a fire on their ass. Let me tell you, like, people are responding to this and they're mad at her. And of course, whenever they see someone who is a darker skin tone that doesn't have the right thought process, if you catch my drift, or what they like to call wrong think, anytime you see someone that's like this, they lose their mind and they don't like it. Well, apparently, Business Secretary Camille Badenoch says companies should ditch the wokery and get on with the day job.
Pretending Trinity is all like, put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she said openly and flat out that people need to start hiring based off merit again and not hiring based off DEI. Now, that couldn't have been said better any more than myself. I mean, this thing, it is something where people obviously know that when you look at certain people who work in the workforce and you just look at them and you just take it in, you realize that, are you a DEI hire? You know what I mean? Like, you start realizing there's certain people that fit that mold, and a lot of people are getting into positions that don't deserve it or haven't had the skills for it or don't have the knowledge for it. And what ends up happening is we end up getting extremely subpar products. We end up getting shit that just doesn't work. We get planes that end up falling out of the sky. I mean, it really is ridiculous. So let's get into this article, guys, from The Sun. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. She says people want them to recruit the best regardless of race or gender. It comes as a poll reveals half of those questioned think businesses have become too concerned with political activism. Think tank Policy Exchange survey found that 75% of people believe that they should prioritize hiring based off merit rather than focusing on diversity. Now, the amazing thing about all this is that we did 3 videos now about different polls that have been taken from different companies that poll the American populace, the UK populace, and every single one of these polls showcase that people don't want companies to be political activists. There's no reason why you should be looking towards a corporation to validate your social cause. That's never ever been a thing. It's so stupid that you would even do so, because that corporation is only thinking about one thing and one thing only, and that's money. That's profit. How can they profit off of your social cause? They don't care about what you're fighting for. They don't care about whether you succeed or not. All they care about is if they can make money from it while you are doing it. So if they can make money from it, guess what? They're going to be your biggest ally, or at least pretend to be. If they can't make money from it, they're going to be very silent, and they're going to try to pretend like they don't make political decisions when we all know they do, as long as it's beneficial. It says, Ms. Badenoch said, this confirms what I know to be true from talking to people who run businesses, work in them, and buy from them. Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of this DEI nonsense is all for public perception, right? It's all for people to think that something's happening that's actually not happening. If you talk to the average Joe, if you talk to people who own small businesses, if you talk to people who are just, they're employers throughout the entire country and they hire all kinds of people, you would realize very quickly that all somebody fucking cares about is whether or not you can get the job done. If you can't get the job done, you're not going to get hired. That's basically it. It's not about your skin color. It's not about equal opportunities or whatever the case may be. Nobody cares. Can you do the job? Can you do the job? Do you have the experience for the job? Do you have the skill set for the job? Are you a reliable worker? Like, that's all that really fucking matters. But when it comes to the grand scheme of things and the social message and the perception publicly, then everybody wants to pretend like it's about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which we know it's not. Then it says that overwhelmingly people want companies to recruit on merit, which I agree, selecting the best person without regard to race or gender, which is how it was before, rather than social engineering to create diverse teams, which is how it is now. It says Policy Exchange also found diversity initiatives unpopular. 43% of employees would be less likely to continue working for a company which asked them to wear pronoun badges. Good, because pronoun badges, you look stupid. You look absolutely stupid. Walking around with pronouns as a title, you look stupid. Nobody should be doing that shit. And asked about businesses taking political stances on issues such as Palestine and transgender rights, about half of the people said it would make no difference to whether they would buy their products. And it shouldn't, because listen, at the end of the day, why do you care about whether or not a company that makes coffee supports trans lives? What does that have to do with anything, right? If you're worried about the social activism of the company you're purchasing from, you're probably not a customer to begin with. Let's be real, right? You're just trying to make a portfolio of companies you can pretend like you support on Twitter so that when you get to virtue signal online, you'll get plenty of likes and retweets. But at the end of the day, you really don't actually spend any money. You don't put your dollar to where your mouth is. That's the issue. And we've seen that proven time and time again, where 9 out of 10 woke films or games end up failing because where's all the wokey dollar? Like, where's the wokey dollar? Where are you guys when they need you the most? You're nowhere to be found, right? You guys are the reason why Bros bombed in the box office. You all wanted a gay movie that everybody was going to love. And guess what? You got a gay movie that was ultra gay, super gay, the most fantastical version of gayness out there. And it flopped drastically. Nobody went to go see it. Not even gay people. Nobody cared. It says Policy Exchange Laura Brown said the public strongly believes that businesses should prioritize meritocracy and strong customer service over contested political stances. I mean, it really is as simple as that. I mean, I don't understand why this is such a big issue for companies to stay out of politics. Nobody asked companies to get into politics to begin with, aside from the couple of activists that tried to strong arm them into doing so. But see, here's the problem. These activists have convinced these companies that they have the majority power, right? They've convinced them that, hey, we if you don't join our cause, we're going to do XYZ to hurt you. Even Kim Belair over at Sweet Baby Inc., she, during her conference at the GDC, she openly said, if these marketing teams and corporations won't give you what you want for DEI, then make them. Put fear in them. Make them realize that if they don't give you what you want, you're going to go run to the press and run them through the ground. That's literally what she told people to do. And it's amazing that somebody like that has the ability to say that without any backlash whatsoever, because she has not only woman privilege, but she has that dark skin color privilege where she can say whatever fuck all she wants and get no backlash from it whatsoever, because at the end of the day, she's quote unquote oppressed. A CEO of a company is oppressed. Make that shit make sense. So again, guys, nobody wants to see corporations do this nonsense. I don't care about whether or not Nike supports fucking, I don't know, churches, trans lives, whatever. I don't care. Really don't. None of that ever matters. And the moment you get political, you are immediately going to divide your fan base. You're immediately going to divide your client base. Nobody's going to spend money with you because you made a statement. And chances are what ends up happening is that after enough statements, you're going to end up alienating everybody. Like you're going to find out very quickly that once you try to make everybody happy, nobody ends up happy. And then you're going to end up with nothing. So the best thing you could possibly do is focus on your product, focus on your service, focus on the company, focus on what you could deliver to the consumer and make their lives better and easier, and then the money will follow. Stop worrying about whether or not you have enough funding for trans surgery or whatever the case may be. Nobody cares. Nobody asked that of you. Let's move on and get back to companies being companies, because at the end of the day, Big Daddy Corpo is never going to be your friend, no matter how much they may lie to you and tell you that they are. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.